watching that very closely.
Mike McKee with the latest. Mike, looking forward to your conversation later on this morning. Mickey Bowman, Mike McKee, sitting down together 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Afternoon, lads. Let me just get this link in. Afternoon, boys. So I did see in the chat that a few people are looking at EU. We're looking at EU shorts. Oh, where's our calendar at? What are we saying, boys? Yes, Vishal, Slaps, Nick, Mehmet, Mott. What we saying, bro? Seb, what's good? But say yo if you're in it, man. I want to know who's in this bitch. First of all, I would have said EU shorts were a lot nicer than GU. I think people are mainly in EU. I liked it. At the moment, the euro is quite weak. The reason why, because it is giving us that sort of that stagnation situation right now, which is pretty much like not much growth. EU does not have much growth at the moment. Labour side's a little bit weak as well. Unemployment staying pretty high, whilst what was the digit that was high? I think in terms of employment, like the unemployment's quite high, as well as average earnings is also quite high, which is a big no-no in terms of growth. So that's why we're seeing GDP for the ECB pretty weak, showing very steady growth in the EU, which is not steady growth, steady decline at the moment. So I think EU sells was not bad ideas. I think EG buys today, we can see that the pound has been actually quite strong. But in terms of EU, in terms of EG, it's been very weak. The dollar is blatantly our weakest today. A lot of you guys are pretty much going for reversals, which I can see makes sense, especially on pairs like EU. I think at the moment, in terms of, this was what we had on live yesterday, by the way. This was fucking beautiful. This is the trade we had on live yesterday. This TP. Let's actually send this into a chat, because we didn't actually send this into a chat. But let's see if we get something like that, because realistically it was a lovely continuation EU of what we already had at the start of the day. But a lot of you guys are looking for those continuations of that bearish move, which we did have yesterday. I can see why, again, that fitted that 4-hour imbalance. Where are we at? This 4-hour imbalance here. In terms of long term, I wouldn't say that's the bias, but I think short term is really nice. I think GU coming off of this 4 hour, not 4 hours, a daily, wasn't it? After completing the CRT. This is what I'm mainly looking at the moment. This is why I'm looking at GU buyers. These are the main positions. Obviously, today didn't really give much. But obviously, the situation we currently have is we had this daily CRT get completed to this bullish candle here, high volume. We can see we grabbed the high, grabbed the low, and then we had this lovely move into this daily imbalance here. So really looking for price to start moving up now. This morning it was perfect taking Friday low. It's just a shame we wasn't able to sweep Asia low in order for that buy up, because that would have been perfect for today. I can see us continuing back up really on GU. The pound's quite strong. I would say definitely stronger than the dollar. So I'd put my money to the pound over the dollar. So any buyers from these sort of areas are not too bad. We'll see the reaction into this fight, into this 15-minute. The reason why I'm looking at a 15-minute right now and not the 5-minute is because obviously we're looking at daily CRT completion. So, and we took Friday low, so we really are looking at sort of daily liquidity that's been swept. So 15-minute is definitely key for us here. But let's see how we can move this New York session. We'll let price move a little bit. Main positions will come in around half an hour, so we'll see what we get. Yesterday, I think, same sort of time. Yeah, so, okay, that was a bit earlier. I think, and yeah, entry came at about 3. I think we was looking at his position from about 2 onwards. So we got ourselves some like 2 onwards to actually start looking at trades. I really want to see this reaction here. We'll wait for the next 15-minute close, which is in about just under 7 minutes, which isn't too bad. Yes, Mez, what we saying, bro? Jesse, what's good? I'm in a GU short. What you think? I think it's difficult for GU shorts. The reason why I think so, we've not had an extremely bullish pound today. We know that. Why? Because we've not moved above the Friday 50, so we know the Euro's been stronger. But right now, I'm still anticipating a strong buy off GU just due to this daily liquidity sweep or during Asia, and then obviously the fill that 4-hour and the completion at CRT. So for me, I think it just depends on what we do in this area here. If we do close below, I think shorts look nice. If we look to come back up, then the buys obviously look really nice. I think we are at that turning point at the moment. The reason why I'm looking for this fair value gap, one is the continuation, and we do have DTO pretty much next to it. So we'll see if it comes to that DTO area and reacts off. Possible continuations for the day, I think it makes sense. Dollar's still weak for the day. We're seeing stock market down quite a lot. S&P's back break even. NAS is down a little bit. But overall, we're not seeing stocks do unreal. Tech stocks are doing all right at the moment. I think defense stocks in the US as well due to the situation in Europe. But I think the EU sales are really nice if you did get in those. I was going to go over Tommy's trade that he had placed this morning. I'm going to let him jump in first and I'll get him send it to me. Oh, he sent it to me. Tommy, are you in the stream? Oh, he's out in a minute. He's going to send it over to me. I want to show you boys a loss that Tommy took today, which was quite unlucky, to be honest. It was very unlucky, but there was a reason why we wasn't looking to short yet. And this is sort of, again, a nice lesson on inducement. Yes, Tommy, what we saying, bro? But yeah, I do want to go over this sort of trade. I think he's out, so I'm going to get him to send it and I'll go over it. We have CPI tomorrow and FOMC by 4. What do you expect price to do? Just accumulate. Well, realistic. We've got CPI for the pound, right? Yes. So tomorrow we got CPI for the pound, New Zealand dollar. That doesn't really massively matter. FOMC meeting minutes. We shouldn't really. I think New York session will probably start quieting down a little bit earlier, so volume probably start drying up around 3, 4. Because the FOMC is going to be quite key. Inflation tomorrow, it's looking like inflation is going up for the UK, which again is kind of bullish. Higher inflation, strong, and then also we've got it sort of eliminates a decision for interest rate cut, because if inflation is too high, you cannot cut interest rates. So a little bit of a benefit there. I think we've priced in a minimum. We have priced in a minimum 25 basis point cut now from the US. So you can see that divergence play out. So I'm really looking for GU positions, GU longs, EU longs at some point. GU longs are a lot nicer at the moment. But obviously do want to wait for sort of weaker dollar data to come out. We're very weak already, but we've still got just under a month until our US interest rate decision. Bearing in mind, we've still got Labour. NFP, sorry, we still got another CPI, we still got another PPI, GDP and stuff like that. So if we can gather all that data up, I think we're going to have a really nice bias coming into September. In terms of at the moment, I think EG buys EG sells are nice. We just got to pretty much just confirm that price is going to start moving down. If we have taken London buy side liquidity. We'll wait till we get to minimum 50%. Higher time frame POIs, we do want to see 50% get mitigated, really. Yeah, 7 a.m. So another 7 a.m. news day for the tomorrow. Another 7 a.m. news. But it's not too bad, really. We've still got... we still have loads of time. We've still got 7 till 10, minus those 30 minutes after news. We've still got 2.5 hours. In London session to grab a trade. Plus, we should have a nice bias. It should be nice GU buys, EG sells. We'll see what they come like tomorrow. But I reckon there could be some nice trades tomorrow. I think the bias is quite key. And we are, and the data is sort of translating into the markets for us, which is perfect. So yeah, where do people get in the EU short? Let me know, or someone send me a trade over on Discord so I can have a little look. I'm looking for GJ shorts right now. How did this morning play out? Did actually grab buy side on GJ, not on UJ. EJ we did. Yeah, Euro had quite a decent day. Not too sure how, because we are sort of still moving into that stagnation. But I think we've got a drop in volume from the pound and the dollar. Yeah, it would be. I mean, we can't. Yeah, it would be realistically. We did take Friday 50, but I still want to see that Asia high get swept. But I'm quite focused on GU. Let's see. We're starting to get this move up now. We've got a minute to see this candle close. We'll see how it closes after. What else we got tomorrow? Nothing really important. ECB President Lagarde's speech at 8:10. Quite important. I don't know why that's not red folder, to be brutally honest. Crude oil inventories, FMC Wallace speech, and then FOMC. Yeah. Decent bit of news tomorrow, but we've not really had that. We've not had news this week so far, so it makes sense for a lot to be in the back end. Wednesday is the biggest news day of the week, bearing in mind. But I reckon GU continuations to the upside were nice. I know a lot of people did see GU DTO. I think Stu was in GU DTO this morning. Was quite unlucky to not hit TP. Literally just under 2 pips away. Very unlucky. Is anyone else still in GU or ended up getting in GU from DTO? Because they weren't, but that wasn't a bad position at all. Alright, we've got this closure now. Want to start seeing price action pick up. We could really start seeing. We could even see a Friday high move. There's a lot to ask for, but we could see a nice big move up now. We are sort of signaling still bearish for the dollar. To be fair, it would be nice for the dollar to. Oh no, okay. We filled a few imbalances. Do want to see us come to that Friday low, really. We'll monitor. See my AU, lovely stuff. Where is your entry? Can't really make out where it is. Pretty much on the Prado 50, isn't it? You're GU long, so why is EU short so good? It's a good question. Well, pretty much the reason why we're looking at EU shorts is because we've come up all the way to the Friday high. Plus, the euro is bearish, stagnation at the moment in the EU. meaning not much growth. Labour market's not doing great, so I can see the euro continuing down. EU and EG had a real lovely move up. What I'm really looking for now on EG is for price to start coming down. That would obviously indicate weaker euro to pound, so we've got a stronger pound. And plus, realistically, we looking from the DXY perspective, we can really start seeing price come down now. Bearing in mind we took Friday higher, so our next target is around the Friday. We're quite weak on the dollar, but again, just want to see confirmations for this. The EU shorts are really nice at the Friday 50, so EU shorts were a lot nicer here for the shorts down, but in my opinion, it's still a sell to buy order. Not optimal, but EU was a lot better than the GU shorts. The pound is still got that strength, but the euro had such a good rebalance today to the Friday 50 to see price to the downside. So I like those EU shorts a lot. GU, I'd say we're mainly still bullish. I'd look for mainly buyers. The positions I've been looking for now have just been GU, EU buyers really. Mainly GU at the moment now. Yes, buddy, what we saying, bro? Yeah, very unlucky on GU. No, nothing today, bro. There's no Asian liquidity today. It was quite unlucky on GU. I was looking at GU buys today. It's what a lot of us were looking at. Oh, gone bare blurry. This is what a lot of us were looking at on pre-London. We're just looking for GU to take the low and then look to buy up from there. But we didn't have it. We didn't have the move all the way down. So, yeah, nothing there. It's unlucky. Is what it is, though. Still like 9 pips away. Still quite away. But, yeah, it's unlucky. Falls on short in yen pairs. EJ, I think, makes sense for the shorts. I like EJ for the shorts. I don't know, it's hard for GJ because, again, the pound is sort of still bullish. Obviously, UJ is just not in a good area to sell. I think EJ sells would be nice. Same with like EU. Same situation with EU. The euro's a lot nicer to sell on both, against both the dollar and the yen. Realistically. But yeah, lovely entry, Albie. What are you looking for? You're just looking for London low. Do you not get blasted by the 4 hour? What 4 hour are we looking at, bro? We're talking about this one. So this is the situation right now. We've come into this 4 hour, but not only that, we've also actually come into daily imbalance here. Wait, are you talking about GU, yeah? Yeah, GU. GU, we just completed this bullish CRT, so we just took this bullish candle and took the low, so daily CRT has been complete. Daily imbalance here, so daily internal has been complete. Now we're just looking for external, really, so I'm looking for mainly the buyers. That's where I'm at with price, pretty much, brother. But we still got to confirm down here that we're going to start continuing up, so I'm really looking for price to actually just trade through this 5 minute we've got on a lower time frame, and then start having that move to the upside. We're below the Friday 50 as well, so it's really nice to start looking for those buys. And just continuation. The buys were nice this morning at the DTO. Hopefully we can sort of get a continuative move back to the Friday 50. Get some TPs on the GU. That's my perspective right now on GU in terms of New York session. It's annoying as my high time for bias is bias for GU. Was hoping for lows to be swept for it to be easy bias, but unfortunately, yeah, exactly, literally exactly what I was looking for, bro. But that's the thing, man. It's cool because at the end of the day, this is just like how we trade, man. There's either no entry or we win. Like that's like sort of we trade less, correct, but our win rate is a lot higher. And for me personally, when it comes to, I mean, this is most people, man. When it comes to trading, right, when like being profitable, it's a lot easier to have less losses. I know it sounds like quite fucking obvious, right? Because psychologically, it's better when you have way less losses. But again, some people find it. I feel like you got to choose your lane when it comes to psychology, right? You've either got to place a lot of trades, have quite a lot of losses, but obviously play the numbers game, end up coming profitable at the end of it, or place a lot less trades, and then but be a lot more streamlined with your strategy and literally just look for trades maybe once a week, once every other week. Again, I feel like it depends on what type of person you're like. Do you find it harder to be in trades, or do you find it harder to sit and wait? Whatever one sort of person you are, what one's a bit more of a challenge for you, then it will dictate the best way to trade your accounts. At the end of the day, we've got different. My win rate is 50% right now. That's perfect, especially when you go for like 1 to 3s and one for like 4s, James. Absolutely perfect. Come on, G, you start having a move, you bastard. Move down or up, either one. Just so we know what you're going to do. But yeah, I did like that at you. Let's see how we work it, Chris. I want a couple of person takes 1 to trades a week or even none. Last 2 months I've been getting better at not trading so much. Yeah, it helps so much the psychology, bro. And plus, it's not only that, you focus a lot more on the best position. Because there is the best setups. You will find setups that are the best. Are you that person that's patient enough to wait for it, and then when it comes, know when to execute, or you not? But maybe that's the approach I've took, and man, trading's gone a lot more laid back for me. And I'm making similar percents. But at the end of the day, when you've got a lot of funding, that's sort of where you leverage yourself to make more money, not where the percent's at. Do you know what I mean? I say it all the fucking time, boys. But that's why I always say slow and steady, boys. Once you've probably got like $1 million plus funding, it's just starting to become a lot of money you can earn from little percents. Less is more, no cap, man. Tomorrow is like the last trading day, really, with news coming. Yeah. We got news. We got news in the morning and in the afternoon. And then Thursday, what we got? Thursday, yeah, we got PMI, French, German, and Europe. What I'm looking for today is really EG sales. They're like the sort of the best positions I've got in front of me. GU buys, I think, are potential. We just got to confirm around this fair value. Are we going to continue, or are we going to reverse at this 15-minute imbalance? So for EG, still need a bit more confirmation. EG, I can definitely see start coming down now. We want to see that Euro weakness. We've come into the 4-hour imbalance, as you can see. Took inducement from this high, so I think the sales look really fucking nice, to be honest. But again, we'll monitor price. We'll see what structure we're breaking and where we can really start moving from here. Very key. And no wonder why it takes so long to become profitable in trading. That's literally the answer, because you take 1 or 2 trades a week. It'll take longer to learn, which is, yeah, but that's it, man. But there's so much to learn in trading. Like, there is so much to learn in trading, I'll be honest. So many different things, especially things you don't know about, you know? Little things that you think maybe don't even matter, or something, again, you don't even think about, you don't even put into the equation of trading. Might be a massive variable that will help you become profitable. But that's why time and experience is the best over anything. And that's what we sort of influence with the pre-Londons. Keep moving down, you bitch. I honestly think tomorrow's got potential. I know 7 AM GBP news is annoying, But, bro, I've got some really nice trades post 7 a.m. GDP or CPI for the pound. I feel like we can get a sort of follow the bias with this one. So I'm quite excited, really, for tomorrow morning. I can definitely see potential positions coming in. Look, yeah. Lovely stuff. Tommy just sent me his chart. Right, this is Tommy's charts, boys. This is the EG short he took today. Very unlucky. Something that I was very much waiting for today, and especially right now, we know that the euro and the pound doesn't have too much liquidity attached to it at the moment. Not a lot of volume with the euro, not a lot of volume with the pound. So I think the sales was a very good idea. Bias was correct. There's no denying that. But something that price was very close to, and you even had it marked out here, Tommy. This is the thing that's quite unlucky. We was looking really at this 4 hour for price to come into, and again, this is the key of patience. Obviously, we haven't got to this point yet this morning, but one, we've got a lovely imbalance there that we can see price at a lovely trade away from. And then we had, obviously, the inducement formed from this high. And then obviously not taking that, we've left that lovely volume and liquidity above this candle. And still volume within this fair value. So price has done comes to sort of the last result of the bullish trading range. Made sure law of effort is really clean and tidy. So yeah, I'll be real. Now we look really nice to come down. But it was just a tiny bit premature. In the markets we're in, Tommy, I feel like we do have to wait for price to come to really high points of interest in order for us to actually confirm. You could say we did have a confirmation that we was going to move down, but I mean, this New York session here sort of said to me that we weren't going to continue. If we didn't break these lows and continue down, we wasn't going to continue. And that's exactly what we had. So yeah, and that fair value was perfect for price to come to. But now we can definitely look at some nice shorts. It was just very unlucky, Tommy. I'm not going to lie. Was unlucky. I was looking at potential EG shorts, but I was only looking at them if we also took the Asia high. Sorry, not the Asia high. The Asia high and also this fair value, which we just missed, bearing in mind. We missed by about 3-4 pips. So it was very unlucky on that front. Yeah, not even that, 1.7 pips. So yeah, very unlucky, but just that last fair value. And then we obviously have that inducement as well, which sort of influenced price to come up a bit more. You look for CPI to beat tomorrow. So yeah, CPI, I mean, inflation in the UK is looking to increase by 0.1 month or I think, is that year on year? Yeah, so year on year inflation is looking to rise by 0.1%. Obviously, what that's really going to mean for the economy is that there's less chance of an interest rate cut next month. I think 18th or 19th of September, we've got an interest rate decision. That's on a Thursday, 7 a.m. Oh no, I think it's midday, whatever. But that's when we're going to have the interest rate decision, and inflation coming up higher would indicate there's no need for a cut. Inflation's too high, you can't cut. Makes sense. Labour market's not doing awful, so I don't think we're going to... There's a... I mean, for me, it's still 50-50. We've got to see more data, more labour data, another inflation, so we do have to hold our horses before we say anything. But I think it looks quite good for the pound, really. We'll see how inflation comes out. If it's bullish, then tomorrow morning GU buys, EG sells would look banging. That's sort of what I'm eyeing up for tomorrow. That's why I'm on the charts again today, so I can sort of understand where the economy is at in terms of the UK. But I think there's going to be some really nice trades tomorrow morning in London session. EG, GU buys, EG sells. I want to start seeing that euro come down, though. We can see on EG we've sort of come to what I wanted as the highest point. We took Friday high, we took Asia's high. We've come into this higher time frame 4 hour imbalance. Bear in mind it's the last within that 4 hour range. So we could definitely see some nice positions coming off this EG if we have a bit more volume pump into the markets. We've still got a bit of time. Please explain what detail it is. I'm not going to explain it too much because we're there's a few videos in the mentoring on it, but pretty much what the detail is, what it is quite important. So what the detail is pretty much a key level of price. It is 5 a.m. UK time, but it's truly true open for New York, so it's midnight New York time, and that's a key level of price. A lot of people have orders there, sell limits, a lot of stuff. That's why you always see price come to it and have some form of reaction. Price loves to use it in when we are looking for a continuation of price. So for a good example, this morning DXY, we was moving to the downside, and then to continue price, so moving to the downside, whatever, and then we have price push into the DTO and then continue down. Absolutely perfect for price. And that's when we started to really have some nice sells for DXY, for buys for the GU and EU. In terms of GU, had the same thing, push below the DTO lines here, and then we have price move up. So in terms of continuations for Asia session, DTO is the absolute GOAT. But yeah, there's a lot more videos on it in the mentorship, case studies and stuff like that. So if you want to get a hold of them, drop me a fucking message, bro, and I'll get you in. Boys, make sure you're all subbed to the YouTube, man. If you're not subbed to the YouTube, you're not going to get notifications whenever we're streaming. Also, jump in the Discord as well. We send alerts in there, boys. How many subs we got on YouTube now? How many we got now? That's not bad. 2,227. Boys, drop a fucking subscribe, bruv. Drop a subby. We're trying to cook on this YouTube channel, and not even barely buy videos from streams. So, boys, make sure you drop it as well. Drop a like on it as well if you're a real G. But, boys, feel free to ask me any questions, man. Any questions you, man, have on a current trade you've got. Maybe a bias on a market. Anything, feel free to ask me, boys. There's probably a 99.99% chance I can answer your question. Unless it's a concept or something I haven't learned. Just so you boys know me, a lot of you guys are probably on Lou's live. I know a lot of you boys are from the cold in here. But if you don't know, me and Lou trade strictly London session. This is the session we trade, 7 till 10. This is pretty much what made us leave our jobs. I'll put it that way. Pretty much made us lose our jobs. I say lose our jobs. You know what I mean. London 7 to 10 is something that has allowed me to no longer fucking work for anyone else. Just myself. This is the best fucking time. But what that means, right, is what that sort of the way we trade, right, is key to understand. We don't just trade 7 till 10. We need to understand the market before 7. So we jump on at 6:30, start understanding the market, and then we trade 7 till 10, and then we have our, obviously, like our little break. Don't know why I put a division sign. Then we got a break till 12, and then we start looking at the markets again from 12 to about 3, so we can understand the fundamentals and what actually happens behind price. So we only trade 3 hours, very tight time, but we do a lot of analysis on these charts. So boys, feel free to ask any questions about any currencies, any pairs. Again, there's most economies where I can sort of tell you where they're at. Not all of them, but a decent handful of them. So feel free to ask, lads. Do not be fucking shy. I don't want to see any shy dudes in here. What do you think of the orb strategy? What in the blood clot is the orb strategy? Someone needs to explain that to me. That's the 0.001%. Yes, Prod, what we saying, Kazi? Ralph, what we saying, bro? Are we going to be bullish now after filling the daily fair value gap or react? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. What are we going to react off now? The daily or the 4 hour? For me, obviously, because it's high time frame, the daily's got more reliancy. I don't know if that's a word. Probably not. Reliancy. Don't sound like a word, but I'm going to use it anyway. You man know what I mean. But for me, I'm mainly GU bullish, bro. Again, I'm more looking for us to pull off the daily instead of just pull off this 4 hour imbalance here. So I'm more favouring the daily time frame. The pound's not been the strongest today though. We've had a lot stronger days for the pound this week. Well, yesterday and week prior, week before that. We've seen a little bit of a decline in the pound. So we've seen the euro actually gain a little bit more strength on it now. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we actually continue off it or if we come down. But I would sort of say to you boys, we are at the moment in between. Right, we want to confirm that we're going to start moving up, or if we're going to continue on the move down. Feel like I'm so close to payout by so far. The thing is, James, right? The thing is, it feels like that, right? Because these markets aren't really giving much. But this is why we capitalise when we can, you know. So there was times this year we've had some real good swaying weeks. We've not had bias months. That's something we've not had. We've had a flip of a bias many fucking times. But that's it really, James, man. Like, we can only really see what's in front of us. If there's not a lot of opportunities, that's absolutely fine. Less trading at the moment is more. Considering a lot of people are getting fucked at the moment. Like, a lot of people, boys. Q-benders. Trust. Perfect. Again, we'll see what EG does. The same situation as GU for me. We could definitely continue, or we could reverse. We're at that point where we're at turning points now. That's why London session this morning was a lot nicer than New York. They didn't want to get anything on London session because there wasn't much that really played out. DTO was the only thing, no ALG really that I saw. But did anyone get anything? So London session 7 till 10. Yes, Jed, what's good, bro? You put more tariffs on steel with aluminum. That's crazy. But this guy's fucked, man. Not gonna lie. UJ, yeah, UJ was nice. We grabbed that low and then we started having that nice move up. We didn't even have a 5 minute, did we? Didn't even really have a 5 minute. Just very sloppy. What are you aiming for? Just Asia high, per day high. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I mean, EU sales still look nice. They're still moving nice. We still got that weaker euro. I want to see how we again. I just want to see it. I want to see EG start moving down. But yeah, EU's a bit late if you're looking to enter now. Went off the chalk. Yeah, nice. That's big tariffs on copper and aluminum. South American countries getting fucked from that. For the boys in the YouTube, do you boys sit and watch your trades or do you go and do something? That's a sick question. What do you boys do? How do you react to being in a... Yeah, what's your inner trade activity? I've got an inner trade activity. I've got two, actually, that always take my mind off it. Because at the end of the day, boys, you can't change your chat. You can't change your trade. So you're so much better off at walking away from the markets. But what do you guys do? Do you sit and watch or do you do something? That's a good question, man. What do you do, Mehmet? For me, I personally, I work out and then I go walk the dog. That's what I do. And then by the time that's sort of done, I've either would have TP'd or close to TP or stop lost. So. Makes you play Clash during trades. Of course I play Clash during trades. Bro, I played Clash whilst walking the dog, bro. I'm addicted to Clash. Clash is such a good game. I have 2 3-hour blocks where I sit on the charts in between before I don't even look at the charts. Fair play, man. Throw my phone somewhere else, monitor on trading view. Yeah, bro, that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. At least you're stopping yourself changing your trade, man. That's key. I'll just watch Bloomberg, keep up the fundamentals, maybe work out something, check out the chart, and it's still not perfect at that time. Yeah. Sort of pretty, yeah. That's the thing. For me, I think like doing a physical activity is just the best thing, man. I'll be seeing you 2v2, bro. I've been loving the 2v2s, bro. They finally brought it back, bro. Finally. I'm trying to recruit people for the clan, broski. That's my activity right now. I'm a swing trader, so I enter and continue with other things. Yeah, love that, Surgical. Love that, bro. What's your like trade periods, Surgical? What's like your like average trade time? Lovely TP there, LB. Lovely stuff, bro. Who else was in EU? I think there was another guy in EU. I saw in a free chat talking. Yeah, lovely stuff, bro. And then go make a coffee, come back, watch 30 minutes of chopping and jump off, go and make yourself busy with something else. That's the way, man. Love that. That's the way. Love that. Is holding to London lows alright? Are you... What's that? Are you just asking in general? Or... I'm in EU sales right now. I think we're going low. What are you aiming for, ST? You aiming for sort of Asia's low, Friday low area. I'm usually at the gym, but if I'm in, I'll start getting ready for the gym and leave. Yeah, that's the way, man. Get the mind off that. Best way to trade, boys. Like I said, you can't change anything when you're in your trade, so there's no point. There's literally no point in trying to fucking... No point in staring at it. It's only going to be painful for you. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to lose a trade, you're going to lose a trade. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. If you're going to win a trade, you're going to win a trade. And it's not even like that. If you're going to win a trade, like sometimes like trades look a bit frisky. Like for an example, like AU, we was in like break even for a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And some people would have jumped out, but we hit TP. So there's so many things that can affect you whilst looking at your trades. That's why I don't even bother. If I've got a trade on, I literally just move away from the charts. I won't even look at my trade. I'll keep looking at TradingView every 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. But man, just do anything else. Like I said, physical activities when like, doing something that's not on your phone is the best way. Because I know when you're on your phone, bro, like you just go back to the TradingView, or go back to your MT4, MT5, whatever. So that's why I'd say physical activities, man, they're definitely the one. Fucking drunk, yo. Mate, says 2-2 right now, I'll join the clan. I'll do it after, bro. I do want to go over this a little bit more. I want to see where EU goes from here. And I want to see if GU continues. So GU's continuing down right now. Again, we'll see the reaction at the DTO. We'll see this reaction at the DTO. Because we could start getting a reversal here. But yeah, I'll jump on after, man. My fucking broski. Yes, Dark! Darkest dude. What's good, broski? What are we saying, man? The reason why it sort of made sense for GU to come down a bit more is because the dollar really could have done with price moving up a bit more as well. We'll see. We need to see reactions here, man. Do you think you will end up? Nah, bro. Like I said, boys, I trade 7 till 10, so my trading times were done hours ago. What I'm really looking at right now is sort of how we're going to pan out for the rest of the day. I'm keeping up the fundamentals to my right. Keeping up to the news, keeping up what's actually going on. And as well as that, sort of seeing how we move for the rest of the day, so I can get a good understanding of where we could really be tomorrow. So New York session, I sort of do like a good sort of like pre-bias for the next following day. You get a lot of tips. Zelensky wearing a suit. That was a talked about situation. Yeah, they had that meeting yesterday. Starmer's head is so jarring, man. Such an annoying head. Boys, how mad is that, bruv? Zelensky and Putin are actually meeting up. I don't know if you man just heard that, but it hasn't been a thing since the war actually broke out 3 years ago. Actually, I thought the war was going on for longer than 3 years. Actually, no, yeah, it's about 3 years, isn't it? I think it was 2022. When did the Ukraine and Russia war break out? February 2014. Oh, no, okay, yeah, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, February 2022. Yeah, the start of 2022. So, yeah, fucking what? I make that, fucking about 3.5 years now. Yeah, literally a few days less than 3.5 years. That's crazy. Let's see if we're looking for the effort to come down or if we're going to continue up. That's sort of where we are right now with GU, DXY, EG. EG seems the euro still seems quite dominant against the pound. A very weird last couple of days. GU moving down, continuing down. We'll see this reaction. EU still coming down nicely. Man said Russia are losing. That's so fucking shit. That's so soppy. I know that the European Union has stepped in, but not even European Union, NATO stepped in. Sorry. Yeah, Zelensky, Trump, Putin. When is that? Do we actually have a date for that? Let's have a look. Alright, so no confirmed date yet. Mid to late August, we're sort of signalling. So the earliest possibility, based on diplomatic comments, could be within the next 2 weeks. That would be crazy. Yeah, so yeah, Trump's pushing it, Zelensky's pushing it. Just need Putin to actually fucking accept the date, really. But yeah, in terms of looking at it from the diplomatic fucking comments we've seen, next few weeks make sense. End of August, start of September. Yeah, that's it, Tommy. Yeah. EG's really pissing about. Do. Nice boys, 2229 subs. Keep on subbing, boys. Also, join the Discord if you're not already in there, lads. If you want to know where to get in the Discord, we send like all the alerts in. Alerts for our YouTube uploads. Talking to free chats as well. Oh my days, what has Stu posted? Oh, that has to be a fucking... That has to be a GIF. They both have to be GIFs. But yeah, if you boys want to get in there, the link's in our Instagram. My Instagram's literally just our exact same as our channel name on YouTube. Just Rich SFX, boys. About...
Pakistan has called it an act. India has stopped the flow of water into Pakistan, and Pakistan has called it an act of war. Recently, India announced they've suspended the Indus water treaty, and that means that Pakistan will no longer have any control over the Indian water that comes into their country. If you don't know, this treaty meant that Pakistan had security over all of the Indian rivers that flowed into Pakistan. Now, these rivers actually flow through India and into Pakistan, and it means that if India ever wanted to, they could completely cut off the water into Pakistan. Obviously, the treaty meant that India couldn't do this to Pakistan, but as I said, India's just suspended that treaty, so they could do it now. Of course, though, it's worth knowing that India hasn't done that yet. But one of the main things that Pakistan is really quite annoyed about is with suspending this treaty, it means that India no longer has to provide Pakistan with the details and the data about the water, like when the rivers could flood, etc. But as I kind of said at the start, Pakistan has said that any attempt from India to divert or cut off this water supply into Pakistan would be deemed as a, quote, act of war. Now, if you don't know, India actually suspended this treaty about a week or so before India and Pakistan nearly went to war with each other back in May. Except India has since said that they're definitely not going to reinstate this treaty, and it's still suspended now. In fact, since then, the tensions between India and Pakistan still haven't really gotten any better. Of course, they're not fighting anymore, but it's still not great. Either way, though, India's now suspended the Indus water treaty, which means that Pakistan will no longer have any control or security over the water that flows into their country from India. As usual, though, you can leave me a follow.
That's mad, bruv. That's crazy. Stop the flow of water going into Pakistan. Well, they haven't actually stopped the flow of water, innit? But they can if they want to. But that's why you don't fuck with other countries, man. Like, why? If India have your whole water supply, like, can cut off your water supply, why would you go to war with them? It's just silly. It's quite silly. I mean, there must be a reason that I'm not looking at, but you got to take into account those variables. And that's fucking crazy, bro. If they've got full control of the water, wow, they can... pretty much saying if Pakistan want to go to war, then India can just cut off their water supply. They've pretty much just outsmarted them on that front. So Pakistan can't really go to war with India, otherwise they are... Stopping the flow of water is crazy, bruv. It's fucking crazy. Smart move from India, though. Smart move from India. But I hope there's not another war that breaks out. That is the next possible war that could break out, by the way. That's sort of the next possibility. Which, again, we would see another little minor gold rush if we do see that war break out. Again, geopolitical tension rising does bring commodities up. Mates, can you explain the POI on EG, please? Of course I can, bro. Well, right now, we're currently looking at the last 4-hour fair value gap within our most recent bearish EG trading range. So this is the last 4-hour imbalance on EG that we're looking at. If we continue higher, it does show that the euro is going to be stronger than the pound. I want to confirm that price is going to continue down after this, and we can see the continuation down and take external. That's sort of the situation we're in. For me, we're in a big POI and EG, so no trades yet. We want to confirm how we react here. We're going to continue up or we're going to come back down is the main question. Yes, Seb, what's good, bro? What can we expect from EG here? Even a higher, stronger euro or reversal? That's sort of what we're anticipating now. We can't confirm that yet because we've not had structure start reversing and start coming down. So right now, lower time frame we're still bearish, but higher time frame a lower time frame we're bearish. Higher time frame we're still bearish in the 4-hour trading range, still bearish. EG on a lower time frame perspective still bullish, so we still got to really anticipate where we're going to go because now we're in this point of interest, right? So this is what we're sort of looking at for tomorrow and what we can see how we can actually trade EG. Because like I said, we can definitely trade EG as we've got the inflation coming out tomorrow morning. So we should have a real nice bias for EG after that 7 a.m. news. But also I want to see what we do here. Are we going to continue the lower time frame, continue moving up, or are we going to continue that 4-hour and move down off of this point of interest? That's where we're at the moment, pretty much with EG. Okay, that's where we're at. GU's flirting with the DTO at the moment, so we'll just let price again just settle out. The 15-minute closes soon, so it looks like we're going to get a close above the DTO. We've still got 10 seconds. We'll let these 10 seconds play out. EU reacting nice off the inverse. Let's have a little look. Temptation creeping in. Yeah, reacting. In terms of the moves to the downside, looking really nice. So yeah, we've had that closure above the DTO, so we'll just see how we react now. But we'll see what we want to do, lads. We see what we're going to do. But again, we're in quite an important area for EG. So this is something to look at tomorrow morning as well as tonight. Just to dictate some good trades for EG. Same thing with the pound as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw European stocks doing quite well. Yeah, GER30's up 0.3%, so 0.3%, which is quite good. FTSE's up, Euro stocks 0.7% for the day. Very fucking good from Euro stocks. We've seen Euro come down, but we've seen the stocks do quite well, so we'll say that dictates the price tomorrow. It seems like we're going to have a bit more of a better day for the Euro tomorrow. Against the pound, maybe not, because inflation comes higher again. Signals we might not get a cut of interest rates. A little bit bullish in terms of the pound. If we do see year-on-year CPI for the UK come out 0.1% higher than previous expectations, so we'll see. Very, very important. Yeah, we've seen cable come back down a little bit now. We see this reaction. But boys, I'm gonna jump off now. I need to go drop my nan somewhere actually, so I better jump off. But that's sort of what we're looking for, right? Keep all of these factors in mind because we've really got to start seeing where price is going to start moving from in order for us to get some nice trades tomorrow. But again, we're going to reanalyze this in the morning at 6:30, so make sure you boys are in there. The pre-line the stream in the Discord, 6:30 AM, boys. If you're an early bird, get the fuck in there. I'll be going over exactly how we're going to be trading. What I've sort of gone over today, tomorrow morning. Because like I said, we've got some important news which is going to dictate the pound for the next few weeks. So yeah, you man, love you all. I'll see you there. If you're not in the Discord, boys. If you're not in the Discord, go to our Instagram. Sorry, that was just porn. Let me just go on our Instagram. Richest Effects, boys. Go on there. Drop a follow, obviously. But if you look at that link in our bio, it's our link tree. And you can... Our Discord's the top one. So make sure you boys are in there. You're going to get notifications whenever you're in. Links for everything. Our website as well, which has got lot size calcs. Pretty much our own Forex factory in there as well. And stuff like that. So boys, make sure you get the fuck in there, man. Alerts on every stream as well. You man, love you all. See you tomorrow. I can't wait to see what we get on.